just after darkness fell on the flooded streets of Hazard on January 29, 1957, something happened that turned night into day.
It wasn't just like in one part of the sky. It just lightened up the whole town.
Well, we just knew this was the end of time, and as I understand, everybody that saw it thought it was the end of time as well. We had no idea what had happened.
Tommy Bailey says what happened was a log floating down the river hit an oil circuit breaker at the Kentucky power plant in Lothair. At only 17, Bailey was the secretary for the district manager of the power company.
There had never been anything like this before or since.
While some were looking at the sky, others were trying to reach anyone they could find for help.
We just sit here and hovered over this for about the first 2 hours.
Bill Roll and a friend disconnected an emergency power unit from the Hazard Civil Air Patrol mobile broadcasting vehicle and attached it to a transmitter. Finally, someone heard him in Atlanta, and Hazard was no longer isolated from the world.
We got messages from different people to send different things in here. Bulldozers, cots, blankets, water, just anything that could help us, because we knew it'd be a few days before anybody came in.
4 days later, over 400 messages had been sent out of Hazard by shortwave radio. Elizabeth Duncan was also on the airwaves. She drove her young child and another family member to Monticello after the flood, while her husband Joe cleaned up the Hazard Rexall store they operated for decades on Main Street.
And then they asked me to be on the radio in Monticello and tell them what I knew about it and make an appeal for help. And they really came through.
While the devastation was tremendous, the death toll was fairly low. Many people in Hazard remember Mac Hill, who drowned while trying to save 2 women stranded in an office building. A few other deaths were reported across the region, and some say the timing of the flood lowered the number of fatalities.
It could have been worse. It could have come during the night and we would have all been dead. As fast as the water was coming up, we would have been caught in the water.
There were also a few lighter moments during the flood. The sign on the Virginia Theater marquee in Hazard shows one movie playing was ironically called Away All Boats. And then there's this.
And there was a 200-pound hog on top of a filing cabinet inside the offices of the power company.
Here's the picture to prove it. Even this pig somehow managed to find higher ground.